sports, not just the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. The list goes on and on where folks are messing around with each other. You don't see this become a story. This was leaked by the Boston Celtics organization.
Late night, WEEI, it's KJ. That's Stephen A. Smith on First Take, ESPN earlier today regarding Ime Udoka, whose suspension from the Celtics came down around 9:30 tonight while the Red Sox-Yankee game was going on. In fact, you even probably heard Will Fleming mention it during the game. The team says that there have been violations of team policies. This is what they said in the announcement. There have been reports that it involves Udoka having an intimate relationship with a female member of the franchise staff. Udoka's comments are, quote, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision. Out of respect for everyone involved, I will have no further comment." That was Ime Udoka earlier this evening regarding his full 1-year suspension as coach of the Celtics. So the first thing I've got to say, and I've got to say this from the top, is that as a black man with a family structure myself, and there's a lot of challenges that go on with society, what people say that are and are not. It does not matter that Ime Udoka and Nina Long are not married. They have a family together. And their family kind of got run through the coals today, including someone else as well, whose photo was identified by some bad internet sleuths and pretty much hit another family today. I was embarrassed. What I was also embarrassed by is hearing some of the whataboutisms that have been going on. Let me share a story with you. This is really something that happened in my career at one point. So I'm at this one particular station, and a person who had some type of authority, single guy, okay, was kind of doing a little fox through the hen house. Person over here, person over there, but they were single. Maybe they had an issue if they moved on from one single person to the other. But at the end of the day, they were kind of able to keep it in-house because you were dealing with single people and nobody who really had to answer to anybody. Then there was one particular person in the office that this guy took an interest in who was married. And that's when things got really ugly. To the point one day I come to work and I ask, "Hey, Christine, why is the front door locked?" They say, "Oh, because so-and-so's husband tried to show up here with a gun." What? Oh, yeah. If the involvement of Ime Udoka involves someone else who is married, it goes to another level, folks, and even for the organization. Because now, outside people may have something to say. Possible proceedings? Did the organization know this stuff was going on? I mean, come on. It was a lot. It was amateur hour for those who were trying to reach out, like, "Hey, Neil Long, I'm going to take my shot." Yeah, not the time. And there's a part of me that feels like I took a gut punch because I was really rooting for the Ime Udoka, Neil Long, as being one of the faces of Boston narrative. Successful coach, great team on the rise, well-known actress in one sector, but combined can be one of the faces and stories that Boston can help sell on some things that it needs to help sell. Hopefully Nia and Ime could work out some of these things. Full disclosure, I know Nia's older sister some more. I know her. So my hope is that they can piece things back together peacefully. But you can't have a fox running around loose in a hen house and going after the wrong hen. Now, I don't mean to say this in a discouraging manner, because if you want me to say roosters, I'll do roosters as well if we want to be 2022. Rooster, hen, whatever. But once it starts getting into the pool of somebody in the mix is married, it's a different ballgame. Ask anybody who's married if you're a single person. Married people, they have to hire a lawyer to break up with who they're with. It's going to cost you. And you cannot, I hear people and I see people say, look, it's between two consenting adults. It's like, no, wait a minute. Marriages are recognized by law. Like sometimes I joke, like, what do you call a person who's finished, 3 years of college? You're a high school graduate. Until you get that diploma, then it's a different thing. It's a different story. And it's the same thing with marriage. It's nothing to be played with. Now, no, it's hard to put people in jail, stuff like that and so forth and everything. But when you're starting to talk about an organization, keep in mind, there's an owner in Phoenix who players want him to sell the team because of some misogyny behavior. You don't think people who are ready to protect the logo saying, look, if houses aren't in order, all of you will be called to the carpet. You have to get the fox out of the hen house. I'm glad that Ime did not resign. I hope whatever help he can get and needs to get, he can do that in peace. While I feel tough for the players because this is the guy that they chose to be the coach last year at the end of the previous season. After what was just seemingly to be just a particular time bomb that was about to happen. And Ime came in and fixed that. I'm not here to cast judgment or disperse judgment on the guy. It can be very tough. It can be tough. You're doing things well. You're a handsome guy. I mean, my wife is like, he's a cutie. I don't think that. I think there would be people in closer orbs that may think the same thing. Strewn with history. Samson cut his hair is all over. I don't know. Maybe the win streak in January might have set off some things for people. Oh, he's looking really good. Okay, I'm sorry. You just got to have a little bit of humor in there. But there's a part of me, it feels like there's been a gut punch. I was ready for Nia and Ime to kind of be a couple of the faces along with, what socially goes on in Boston. Like, see them maybe at a Patriots game, flash them on the screen with the kids. I was looking forward to that. It was like, there could really be a corner in this whole New England scene. People would start going, to their rustic video store that's still open somewhere in remote New Hampshire, going to rent The Best Man just to find out more about Nia Long's acting career. Okay, I'm kidding, but streaming doesn't reach everywhere. I'm sorry. And it's just tough. Scandal, it sells, people talk, they want to say what they want to say. You can figure out what you're going to say. But look, I think at the end of the day, statement one, I agree with the Celtics, what they had to do. If there's a fox loose in the hen house, you've got to stop it.